2021, I had a lot of problems in the Harris County Family Court, including judges lying to me and denying me due process. And this is just one example. Some of y'all that have been following me have seen where I filed a criminal complaint for official oppression on Judge Sandra Peake out of the 257th District Court in Harris County. But let me show you why. But before I show you why, let's talk about, do I advocate for you to file charges on judges, criminal charges? And I would say yes. The reason is because you don't have any relief in the civil court and you don't have any relief at the Oversight Commission because the State Commission on Judicial Conduct doesn't investigate most of these grievances. So if these judges don't have oversight at the SCJC, the State Commission on Judicial Conduct, and they're just running rogue, denying you due process, mandating that you appeal their decisions, we have an issue. So let's get into it. This is one of the issues that I had with 257th Court Judge Sandra Peake. So I want you to watch this video, and then I'm going to show you a few things, and then I'm going to let you decide.
And Your Honor, clarification, if I may.
I think I know what happened. I think that Mr. Saldana filed a motion earlier, and because he requested a TRO, but because there wasn't a motion that accompanied it, it was denied.
Correct.
All right.
The hearing you just heard happened September 8th, 2021. Here are the official transcripts. Now, a lot of these judges, they like to complain because when you record in their court, they say, well, that's not the official transcript or the official record, so therefore it could be altered. Here's the official transcript. So let's look at the transcript and see if the words match.
I think I know what happened. I think that Mr. Saldana filed a motion earlier, and because he requested a TRO, but because there wasn't a motion that accompanied it, it was denied.
If you go into the Harris County District Clerk's office, you'll see that there was a motion for temporary restraining order, temporary injunction, and temporary orders filed 8/25/2021. Remember, this was heard on 9/8/2021. So yes, there was a motion filed into the case before this hearing. And here it is on the court's file, the court's record, filed 8/25/2021. While my motion for TRO wasn't heard, she allowed opposing counsel's motion to supersede mine, basically denying me, again, due process to have my concerns heard. So, as I was saying, I did file a criminal charge for official oppression by Judge Peake because in the past, I've been denied severely in her court. And this goes way beyond just forgetting, okay? My motion for enforcements weren't heard, even though the state law says the court shall set the date. Court wouldn't give me dates to be heard. And I'm sure that's a lot of y'all's problems. And for this instance, this tells me that either Judge Peake was in on it, she lied to me. I mean, she has every resource at her fingertips to look for this motion. Now, let's talk about my motion, my Texas Law Help motion. That motion I threw together. I knew I was being railroaded. Didn't even put no effort into it. Just went to Texas Law Help, filled it up by hand, scanned it, and e-filed it. But I'm glad I didn't put too much effort into it because obviously it wasn't going to be heard. It wasn't meant to be heard. They didn't want it to be heard. And that's the point of this whole video. When judges deny you the ability to have due process and be heard equally, I think that's official oppression, and I think a charge warrants that. I think there's a fine line between discretion and just denying you the outright ability to be heard. The patterns that I had seen in the past that evolved and continue to evolve warrant me filing a criminal complaint for official oppression. Now, I've been kicked out of my own judicial hearings. I had many people watch it. I had many people on Zoom watching the judge deny me being heard. The SCJC didn't do anything. She wouldn't fix her own conduct. Therefore, it left me with one option. When I filed my criminal complaint for official oppression, the judge heard me. I was I was allowed back into the courtroom and I was able to proceed with my case. She still overruled me. She still did things to me that she shouldn't have done. But this is why I advocate, so I can educate and expose the business practices in which people see in family courts every day. If your judge is just downright denying you the ability to be heard, I think you should look into filing criminal charges for official oppression. It's one thing for a judge not to know. It's another thing for a judge just willingly violating you, telling you you can't be heard. Official oppression. Let me know what you think in the comments, and thanks for watching.